What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tempo Without Borders. First of all, it is 5 of us today. We are doing this virtually remote. We're a bunch of pros, though, so don't worry. We will handle everything well. Sorry if it's not like the perfect, crispy audio that you guys are used to, but I think this is pretty close. Lots to talk about. We have Matteo, Salomé, Marcus, and Ben joining us for the first time. My name is Jaclyn. As you guys already know, you can probably tell by my voice. Guys, lots of tempo to start to talk about some WNBA news in general. Let's start off with, because it's been a minute since we were able to record. It's been a wild couple of weeks for all of us. But let's start off with Marina Mabrey. Guys, what did she do a few weeks ago? Just remind me quickly.
I mean, Ben, you were there.
Yeah, I think she dropped something like 53 points and tied a WNBA record for most points in a single game. No big deal.
Something like that.
Let's dive into that. 53 points, 9 3-pointers, and the Tempo scored 125 points, most in regulation ever in the WNBA. Ben, talk about the energy that you felt being at this game. You know, it's Tempo's first season. They're building a fan base, don't get me wrong, but 53 points in a game, kind of unheard of. Tell me what the ultimate vibe was there.
You know what? Everyone that was there, myself included, we're all just so hyped to be part of that magical moment. Like, obviously, Marina Mabrey's been just on fire this season in ways that we've never really seen from her before. And it was just so awesome. Like, even when she got pulled, like, put on the bench, like, towards the end of the game, like, the arena starts like chanting out, "We want Mabrey." Like, that's how badly they wanted to see her even break the record, that they were starting to get, you know, a bit rowdy when she got taken out. So it was just such an awesome vibe. It's one of my favorite sporting events I've ever been to, and I go to a lot of those. My first ever Tempo game, and I couldn't have chosen a better one to be at.
Damn, you got
That's one hell of a first game.
Yeah.
You might be the lucky charm, you know?
Legacy.
You gotta come back.
We have first Tempo game good luck, because I was at the 14-point comeback that we won in overtime, and Ben was at the 53-point game. So we got some good
I
luck
was
going on
at the
here.
first ever win.
And then you were at the first ever game. And I think Lizzie wasn't Lizzie
No,
at the
first ever
Scotiabank
win.
game. And Lizzie was at
No,
the
I was at the
Scotiabank
first
game.
ever win, like,
Yeah, but they lost
the first ever
so
game.
we're-
Yeah, they
it's okay.
lost, and the second one they won, and I was there against Seattle.
Yeah, my first game was against Portland and they lost, but it was a great game.
I was there.
Yeah, Sama and I had a great time. I got a Tempo hat that I'm absolutely obsessed with. You guys have seen me at school this week. I've been rocking that a bunch. Let's talk about something that was really cool about that night. We can touch more on Mabrey in general, but for school, we already had planned that we were going to be going to a Tempo practice. This is much in advance. Trust me, people probably think that we were able to get in after Mabrey put up like the most impressive game ever, but no, this was planned. We got lucky as hell. We got to go to a Tempo practice, got to see Mabrey in practice, got to see the whole team. I want to know all of your experiences being there and being in like this professional setting, and us being students, getting these opportunities. It was so exciting. So I want to hear how you guys all felt being there.
I was nervous as crap. I'm not gonna lie, I've been to a practice before, and it was all the way back when I was in middle school, a Raptors practice when I was in middle school. But that was only for like a trip. This time it was professional setting, and I was insanely nervous. I had my camera, I had a tripod. I got to be close enough to the players to see them get interviewed. It was an amazing experience, and I would definitely want to experience that again. It was beautiful overall.
Salome, how about you?
Well, I was one of the lucky ones who got to ask a question to Sandy
Yeah.
Brandello, and I had like a bunch. I had like 10 questions. I thought that we would get more time, but then Marina decided this is my day. So there was like a lot of different media that were there that are usually not there. So we couldn't get all of our questions in. But still, like having Sandy right in front of me, staring in my eyes with like her big greenish, bluish eyes and her Australian accent, I was starstruck. Even being like 30 centimeters away from Marina from Julie Almond, from all these amazing players. Honestly, I thought I was gonna pass out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna pass out. And yeah, like it's like Marina had an amazing night, but the whole team as a whole did. So that's why my questions were more like team oriented, because Julie tied a record of
Yeah,
assists as well, and
14 assists.
14 assists, no
No
turnovers. That's
turnovers.
amazing. From that's what you want from your point guard, and
Hmm.
like she's an amazing player all around. So I was very happy, and she turned 30 yesterday too.
happy
So it's just
birthday.
a
Yeah,
Happy
great,
B-Day.
great summer for the tempo as a whole. So
Yeah,
I was happy to be part of it.
I was
Yeah.
one of the also people that I got to interview Sandy. Also, I've been in scrums, but I've never been able to ask a question in scrum. So yeah, it's quite the feeling. It's quite the feeling. It's scary, but shout out to everyone who's there, all the media who was there, Reagan
Yeah, they were
Subban,
all
yeah,
super welcoming, super nice.
Reagan Subban, Savannah Hamilton, Sarah Matt, Chelsea Lade. Like I'm just naming a few. Every single
Mhm.
person that we encountered that day was so welcoming, so kind, gave such great advice. Like you don't know what you're going to get into in this industry. And listen, it's a tough industry. Not everyone's like this, but we were so spoiled to be able to be around some great people. And yeah, it was an amazing day, amazing opportunity. Thank you, Tempo PR. Thank you, our teacher Kathy, for being able to set
Mhm.
everything up and give us a really great experience as what it is to be in the fields on a day like this. Like you have to wait a while to even get in. You only get to see a little bit
Mhm.
of practice. Like we really learned so much of what goes into this. So I just thought it was an amazing experience. And then yeah, Ben, you were there the night before to then now be able to go the next day. What was it like seeing the girls again? Not even 24 hours later.
it was awesome to be quite frank. It was just such a weird, surreal feeling, like being around like I guess professional athletes in general. Like the fact that I remember specifically Jaclyn, like you shooting a stand up for Wes's class, and Marina Mabrey is sitting there, just like 30 centimeters away, and like you're talking about her 53.9. I'm like, geez, this is crazy that this is happening. And then even after the practice was said and done, and like I was stuck waiting outside the building for my ride, like Marina Mabrey and like all these other people are just there, like assistant coaches, whatever. They're there like just chilling next to me, and I'm like, wow, okay, bet. Like I'm sitting next to someone who's dropped 53 points and tied a WNBA record. That's doesn't feel real.
Yeah, I
No,
think
they're actually normal people. Is what they are.
that's the thing.
So
That's the thing
Yeah,
that
I
we're
know. That's what's
learning.
so shocking about it.
Yeah, we all learn eventually. Everyone learns, but being in this field and like we've had some amazing access to people and things, you realize they're just regular people. But yes, you can still be like amazed by the talent that these people have, but they're just regular people. Mabry was just eating
mhm,
lunch outside. Like, yeah, she
mhm,
scored 53 points. Yeah, she's talking ESPN after. Yeah, she is an all-star now, which we will talk about soon. They're regular people and they're just doing their jobs the way we're doing our jobs and we're gonna be doing our jobs in the future. And Matteo, you were handling the camera a lot. You were in charge of all that stuff.
Yeah.
What was it
It
for
was like
you, kind of?
working the camera. Like as
You were
Salomé was saying,
everything.
just like being entirely just starstruck at like holy, like this is like who we watch on TV and like who we sort of look up to in a way, just like right there in front of us, like Julie and Kiki just like hanging out on the sidelines while practice is going on. Just like, I mean, it's something super cool that we got to take in, obviously, and like filming the scrums and stuff, like watching you guys do your thing is super cool, just kind of like an insight of what our future holds, hopefully.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
one day, hopefully, we're all in a position to be doing these kinds of things still. We may not be so excited about everyday things, but I hope we remember this, like us
Yeah.
in our 20s and like just being like we're like little kids in this industry and we're so excited and we have these big eyes and like this eagerness and I really hope that we carry this with us because yeah, as we get older, it's like, oh, they're just everyone else, but we're still kind of taking it all in. And I think that's the beauty of working in this industry is that like you want to love every day. You want to love waking up like we do it in school. Like I don't hate waking up hella early on a Wednesday for school.
Exactly.
I love what we do. We get to talk about sports all day, and that's kind of
Yeah.
what we had a taste of like, yeah, we have to wait a while to get in, but like we you gotta talk to these people, you gotta network, you gotta do everything in this industry. So I think that was just a cool thing for us and for anyone listening. Like, I know it's a lot of Tempo fans, but like, you want to get in this industry. It's like, it's cool as hell. It's like long days, but it's cool as hell. And if you get to talk about sports for a living, like, what else is better? Okay, I want to move on. Awesome day at practice. Shout out Tempo. Shout out PR for helping us there.
Shout out to Kathy Barnes.
Legend.
Shout out our teacher, Kathy Barnes. She is amazing. All right, let's move on to the All-Star selections. Marina Mabrey is an All-Star. Reactions, guys. Give me your reactions.
I mean, there was a case for her to be a starter to begin with.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
let's
So
talk about that. Let's talk about that.
yeah,
Marina Mabrey was not a starter.
yeah. When you put like the season she's had, the numbers that she scored, assisted, whatever, she has such a great impact, and she's such an entertainer, and that's what you want at an All-Star game, because
Hmm.
you're not gonna get a beautiful game of basketball on defense or offense. You just want to be entertained, and she's the definition of entertainment. So I'm like, why is she not starting? This is ridiculous. So
Exactly. Like literally what Salomé just said. I mean, it's an all-star game. It's entertainment purposes. She's leading the league in like all sorts. She's top three or leading the league in all these scoring categories, especially from three. And what do the fans love the most? Like the threes. Hucking up threes in the all-star game. I mean, essentially that's what the all-star games have turned into. And I mean, yeah, she's averaging 21 a game. She's entertaining as hell, as Salome said too. Her impact. I mean, beyond scoring, especially with the Tempo going through this sort of stretch of kind of being a bit banged up, and the load that Marina's had to carry offensively, especially. I mean, it's extremely impressive in her 8-year career. I mean, she's averaging what, like 7+ more points than she ever has in her career. Just kind of shows you what she's been able to do on the court this season. And like, shout out to her for being an all-star, of course. But yeah, like Salome said, there was obviously the case was, of course, there for her to even be a starter.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
she deserves that role, but there's someone else that should have been an All-Star that we should talk about, and that's Brittany Sykes. She's nowhere near the All-Star list right now. It's unfortunate. Tempo admin even posted about that, and you rarely
mhm.
see that on social media of
Yeah.
admin team talking about that. So clearly, it hit a nerve. Brittany Sykes was snubbed. I know what your opinions are, but do you guys agree with my take?
Yeah, I agree. I think like she's again, this is a new team. You're looking for leaders, for vets that are gonna take you to the next level, and she and Marina have done that. I think, and again, like another one, she's a true entertainer. She's gonna make you want to watch a game. And yeah, I think that the social media people at the Tempo have got that one right for sure. We need to have a very united fan base, because I think that it's been lacking in the votes maybe, and that's why she was not put on under the lights the way Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers. I'm putting big names. Obviously, it's not gonna be the same, but yeah, for sure, I think that she should have been an all-star, and maybe with Kelsey Plum being injured, she might get a spot. I don't know, but
Hmm.
there's might be a little hope.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like the way, like the load that she took on at the beginning of the year. Sort of not like mentoring Kiki Rice, but like kind of being a leader on the team, especially in like the point guard room, along with Julie. Just kind of like the offensive load that she had to carry. Picking up players like the whole court too. Like her steals per game was up there as well. Like she was getting it done on both sides of the court. And yeah, just like from an impact standpoint on like a new team, just what she's been able to do so early on in the season with a brand new team. As I said, I mean, just like the chemistry that they have is because of their point guard room basically, and their coaching staff. Of course, it's a great environment, of course, but on the court, I mean, like the familiarity with each other kind of stems and starts with your point guards, with Julie and with Brittany especially. But yeah, I mean, just from an impact standpoint, and especially from a scoring standpoint too. Like at the start of the season when she was getting to the line with ease. Like her layups were, she was attacking, she was open, she was getting through holes. She was getting it done on both sides of the court. So yeah, I mean, she
Yeah,
definitely has a
she
case to be made too.
she was carrying that team for a while.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that's the kind of players that you want on an All-Star game too.
Hmm.
Is this a crazy statement? But if Kiki Rice did not get hurt, she would be an all-star.
That's that's not ridiculous.
I don't know about that.
Would be
I
tough.
mean, she's such a great person as well. Like I know it's a sport and you need the performance to be there, but she seems like such a great person too, and that's the kind of people I root for.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
also you have to think like AZFA didn't make it, you know?
True. True.
So like
True.
amazing players are coming into that
Yeah.
league year after year after year, and there's only so many spots.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing with Kiki. Like, I think her numbers could have been different. Like, if she didn't get hurt, because she was just getting hotter and
mhm.
hotter every game.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, that's a little bit of like a fangirl in me being like, Kiki would have been an all-star if she didn't get hurt. But shout out to what the team has been able to do though, regardless, and just shout out Mabry for first ever tempo, obviously, to
Yeah.
be in the All-Star game. So it's exciting stuff. I want to preview a little bit for tonight's game. Salomé, you're going to be there. You're already rocking your tempo merchandise, but they're playing against Golden State, and
Ooh.
you have some love for that.
I love Golden State. I love New York for very obvious reasons, being Marine Johannes and Gabby Williams. I will be rocking my friend's jersey with Johannes on my back.
How
I'm
dare she?
sorry. I know. Listen, it's Gabby's fiance. I have to represent. But yeah, no. I want Gabby, Janelle, like the Frenchies to do well because they're my blood. But I also want the Tempo to do well, and also we have two Frenchies now on the team.
Hell yeah.
Since June 29th, we have a new Frenchie, developmental player contract, whatever. Ornella Bancole, and I'm doing it with an English accent. What am I doing? And yeah, and we have Tima Pui, who did like she had her first career
Yeah,
start
her first
against
start.
Dallas. Didn't go the way we wanted, but with so many injuries, she had to be in the
Yeah,
starting
she
lineup.
stepped up.
Yeah, and like both the French girlies are there for the defensive work because in Europe that's like kind of a way to play. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Like, I mean, Golden State is one hell of a team. They are
Yeah.
scary,
They
and
are.
what I love is that they're very like focused on defense, and the tempo is just like three pointers all the way, like offense, offense, offense. So I think it's going to be very entertaining to see who's going to come out on top.
For tonight's game, who will be the biggest threat to Toronto?
Gabby Williams.
Yeah, Gabby. I mean, I think so.
Veronica Burton too. You can't forget last year's
Yeah,
MIP.
yeah.
It's
Burton had a
amazing.
great game. In their last game or 2 games ago, right? Golden State. When was that? She had a great game.
They just played Washington on Monday. Gabby
Okay.
had 17, 18. I think Gabby had 17.
Yeah, I feel like Golden State is the type of team where it's not gonna be like I always come back to her, but like Caitlin Clark putting or Aliyah Boston putting like 30 points, right?
No, no,
Golden State
they're
is very
fully like
like
a
team
team.
focused,
Yeah,
and
they're
so
deep.
the points are kind of
Yeah.
equally shared, I would say.
Yeah, the way they distribute their
So yeah.
bench too, like they play like 8 people deep the entire game, and they can all shoot threes too, which is they can all shoot threes and they can all defend. So we got a
Yeah.
big one ahead
And
of
they
us
have
tonight.
they have the second best defensive rating behind
Yeah,
Minnesota. So
yeah.
it's gonna be interesting because they don't allow many points. So I'm
No, I
interested to see
know.
how the tempo deals with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be a good one.
will be an interesting match. To end it off, some WNBA drama happening. Kennedy Carter, who was on pace of winning Sixth Player of the Year, was having a great season. Like we've seen it from her. Was waived by the Las Vegas Aces. Let's dive in a little bit on that, guys. What is going on with Kennedy Carter?
I think it's very easy to. I mean, the obvious is she must have caused some troubles in the locker room or in the front
Hmm.
office. She must have pissed some people off. It's not the first time that a team doesn't want to work with her anymore. It's happened before, and so now it's a question of like the talent is there. It's obvious. She's
Obviously,
an
yeah.
amazing basketball player, but sometimes you also have to be a great person. And I don't want to judge her because I don't know her, obviously, but there's something wrong with the way she acts.
Yeah.
That's
And
obvious.
it's something you see, unfortunately, like in sports sometimes, where it's just like how much can the team take of like so much acting up from one specific player, just how much attention can you take from off the court issues. It doesn't sometimes if the off the court stuff outweighs the on the court production, I mean, unfortunately, I guess this has obviously happened to her a couple other times, but like this season she was playing really, really well. So obviously she must have been causing quite the scene behind the scenes
Yeah,
for
it's
for
like
her to
Yeah,
just be
and
cut
also
like
like
this.
her and Skylar Diggins, like they go on social media and talk about what's happening in the team. That's
Hmm.
not something. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a professional
this is all
athlete,
based
but
on
like, yeah.
things we see, and it's
Yeah.
like with Chennedy, it's like obviously we're speculating things, but she's on a team like Vegas, which is the powerhouse of a team. I don't know what's going down. And listen, there are athletes out there who are just very difficult, but they're the best of the best, so they can kind of get away with it, unfortunately. But
Totally.
then you look at a team like Vegas. Let's say Asia Wilson's acting up. You're not cutting that girl. Let's say
No.
it's Asia Wilson versus Kennedy Carter. You're cutting Kennedy Carter with all due respect.
Yeah.
Asia Wilson, is the best women's basketball player in the world. So that's kind of what it comes down to. Where Vegas is a team with a lot of respect. Like Becky, Asia, the entire organization in total of what they have done. They don't allow any crap. And if the speculation is right that she's just causing trouble, they're not dealing with that. They are not
Yeah.
dealing with that. I don't care how good you are. If you're not Asia Wilson, you do not get to pull that crap. That's just my opinion on what we're kind of seeing based on what we're reading as journalists and whatnot. But we all listen. This is all allegedly. This is all speculation. We're not saying anything. Kenny Carter could be doing nothing wrong, and this was all a misunderstanding of some sort. But based on what
I mean,
it could be,
that's a few too many misunderstandings. If that's the case, like, it's not the first time that's happened. So
that is
yeah,
true.
it'd be interesting to see like if a team is gonna risk getting her, knowing like because I'm sure like coaches talk, like GMs talk, whoever like people talk between themselves. So is there a team that's gonna risk it, or is she gonna have to find a team in some other league now? Maybe she burned one too many bridges.
Exactly, and it's too bad
Exactly.
because the talent is definitely there. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up. Thank you all, Ben, Marcus, Matteo, Salomé, for joining Tempo Without Borders. Enjoy the game tonight, Salomé. Cheering for your French queens, as always. Shout out World Cup, by the way. Last time we had a pod, we knew nothing about World Cup, and now I'm a savant with the World Cup.
Allez la France!
Just kidding, but yes, the World Cup has been great. I know a little more than I did last time, and this was a great time, guys. We will be back in studio for our next episode. Sorry for any technical difficulties that have gone, but this is the industry; it happens. So thank you all for listening, and see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys.